Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Scorpio, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Scorpio, let's get started. We're going to get the overall energy for this connection first, then we'll start pulling some tarot. Let's see overall energy for this connection. All right, we do have to pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Typically, when I get this card, it kind of reminds me of the Page of Swords in tarot. So you could be dealing with a Gemini specifically, or you might just have that within your chart. But somebody's very vigilant. It's as if somebody feels like they have to watch somebody closely for whatever reason. We'll see what that's all about. Could be you doing this, could be your person, but let's see what's going on. We're going to focus on you first, and we'll jump over to your person. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. How does Scorpio currently view this relationship? Okay. So, in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, this is like a between you and I conversation. Nobody needs to know about it, obviously. But in regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, Scorpio, it kind of looks like you're portraying like this image to like close family members and close friends that like you're glad that, you know, this marriage that you were once upon a time a part of, or this relationship that you were once upon a time a part of, you know, is over. I don't necessarily feel like that's entirely true. This to me just kind of feels like you're trying to like put on like a brave face, like everything's fine, you know, with you, and you're happy that this relationship is finally over, this marriage is finally over. But deep down inside, I don't feel like you really are, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I think that we all kind of do that. Let's be honest. I don't think that, you know, we as people want other people to see us, you know, at our lowest. So, I mean, it's fine, you know, as long as you're taking time to acknowledge how this ending truly, you know, makes you feel. That's, you know, really all that matters to me. I just don't want you to like completely and utterly ignore how this ending is essentially making you feel, because, I mean, it hurts, you know, that things didn't work out between you and this person. You're definitely feeling the pain on your behalf. I just don't want you to ignore how this ending between the two of you really makes you feel, okay? How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We got the Two of Cups. And then we also have the Queen of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Cups. Interesting. We got the Six of Cups. Not the Six of Cups, sorry. We have the Six of Swords, so the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Swords. All right, let's talk. In regards to how this person's currently viewing this relationship with you, they feel like you're taking this ending between the two of you very, very well. In fact, you know, this person feels like you're probably out here dating new people and, you know, seeing new people already. It's kind of hard to tell if you are. I mean, you could be. Technically speaking, you would have every right to do so if you felt like it. I mean, because, you know, you're not obligated to anybody. You know, you are a single woman, you are a single man, you are free to do whatever you want. But I am definitely getting that this person feels like, you know, you're taking this ending, you know, perfectly fine. You know, they feel like you just got up and walked away from them, and you didn't even think about it twice, and you didn't necessarily care either. And I feel like that is what really, really hurts this person, is that they feel like you just got up and walked away from them as if you didn't really love them or cared about them. And that really, really does hurt them. It also hurts them to even think that you could potentially be out here building with somebody else who's obviously not them. So, dude, I think it's safe to say nobody's taking this ending so well. You ain't taking it well. They're not taking it well. Nobody's taking it well. I just kind of feel like the both of you are doing the exact same thing. It's like you guys are like portraying like this image to like people around you, like, oh, like I'm good, like I'm not, I don't care, you know, but you guys care a lot, you know what I mean? This ending is affecting the both of you, not just you and not just them, okay? In regards to how you're currently feeling, now that it's over and done with, right, between you and this person, it kind of looks like you're choosing to take a massive break from love, just to kind of take some time to really focus on finding yourself, you know, all over again. A lot of you may feel like you really lost yourself within this person, as well as your, you know, within your, you know, marriage dynamic, whatever you want to call it with them. So yeah, you're taking a break from love and just choosing to just kind of focus on you and finding yourself all over again, which I think is great. I think it's great. think that's like a healthy choice that you're making, considering, you know, the fact that things came to an end here between the two of you. I think that's a very healthy choice to, you know, take a break from love and just kind of focus on you. All right, let's jump back over to this person. How does this person currently feel? Oof, the thought alone, that bothers them. Yeah, the thought alone bothers them. You know, as far as like you being, you know, intimate with someone else, building with someone else, because that's like legit what they feel like you're currently out here doing. You probably talking to somebody else right now. You probably building with somebody else right now. You're probably out here being intimate with somebody else right now. And the thought alone, like that really does hurt them, and it really does piss them off. I am getting that. Okay. Okay. What actions will Scorpio take towards this person for moving forward? Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. We got the Three of Wands, and then okay, this is another conversation between you and I. I'm not going to say anything to absolutely anybody. Between you and I, secretly, I think that you do want this person to resurface back up here for you and apologize to you and, you know, try to fix or repair things here with you. I don't see you taking action in their direction, but I feel like you're really hoping that they take action in your direction. It's basically what I'm getting. What actions will this person take towards Scorpio or moving forward? Okay. I mean, the more I look into this person's energy, the more I'm starting to feel like they didn't really even want this relationship to come to an end here between the two of you. Granted, this person could have pushed you to that point. You know, that's a possibility. But I don't think this person really wanted this relationship between the two of you to come to an end. Listen, at the end of the day, as much as this person will love to heal things here with you and repair things here with you, because they really do miss you and what they once upon a time had with you, I don't see this person deciding to take action in your direction. It's as if this person would rather sit here and wait for you to take action in their direction instead of them taking action in your direction. With the Moon to the Devil, that's kind of telling me this person doesn't necessarily see where they went wrong. So you got to kind of keep that in mind. Through their perspective, again, they feel like they didn't do anything wrong. But with the Moon to the Devil coming out here, that's kind of telling me they clearly did do something wrong. They just don't see where they went wrong. You know what I mean? But they clearly did do something wrong. They just can't see it. It's basically what I'm getting. So in their eyes, because they don't think that they did anything wrong, you know, they kind of feel like you should be the one to like apologize to them and fix and repair things here with them. Like I said, it looks like they did do something wrong. They just don't see where, you know what I mean? They essentially went wrong. It's basically what I'm getting. Yeah, it's basically what I'm getting. Tell me more about the Moon to the Devil. Yeah, it's kind of hard for this person to apologize and try to fix and repair things here with you off of something that, God, how do I explain this? Again, they don't see where they went wrong, but clearly they did something wrong on their behalf. They just don't see where they went wrong. And because they don't see where they went wrong, it's kind of hard for them to apologize or own up to something, especially when they just clearly can't see where they basically went wrong, is basically what I'm getting. So yeah, as much as they would love to fix and repair things here with you because they don't necessarily feel like they did anything wrong, they also don't feel like they should apologize to you or try to fix and repair things here with you when they don't feel like they did anything, you know, wrong, even though they clearly did, if that makes absolutely any sense. They just don't see it. They just don't see it. Whatever it is that this person did do, they didn't see any wrong in that. You know what I mean? They didn't see any wrong in that. Nor did they think that, you know, it should essentially warrant an ending between the two of you, again, through their perspective. But just because they don't think that what they did was wrong doesn't necessarily make it right either, if that makes any sense. Like, I can think that slapping, you know, anybody across a face is, you know, the right thing to do, but just because I think that it's the right thing to do doesn't necessarily make it the right thing to do. You see what I mean? But that's kind of like their whole, like, you know, twist on everything, right? Is, well, you know, I don't think it's wrong to slap anybody in the face, so therefore I didn't do anything wrong, you know. But what they did was wrong. They just don't see it. You see what I mean? Hopefully that puts things into perspective for you, so that way you understand where they're coming from. Whatever causes ending between the two of you, they don't think that what they did was wrong. You may think that what they did was wrong, but they don't think what they did was wrong, nor do they believe what they did was wrong. Just like if this person believes that slapping random people across the face is perfectly normal and it's perfectly acceptable and it's the right thing to do, that's just what they believe. That is just what they believe. That's just that. We obviously can see the wrong in that. They don't see the wrong in that, but that's just a part of their belief system. They think that that's acceptable. They think that that's normal. They think that that is fine, and that's okay. But obviously, we know that that's not the case. So hopefully that helps. You know what I mean? If this person believes it's okay to slap a person across the face, not saying that that's what they did, but if they think it's okay to slap a person across the face, they don't feel like they have to apologize for that, because in their eyes, they're not doing anything wrong. That's okay. It is okay to do that. So this is kind of, again, hopefully I'm putting things into perspective, for you, so that way you understand where they're coming from. Yeah, so hopefully you understand where they're coming from. But back to this energy over here, like I said, I'm getting like a very vigilant energy. Like I feel like this person, it's interesting because I see them keeping, I feel like they're keeping tabs on you in some way, shape, or form. But however it is that they are keeping tabs on you, it's not gaining them the information they were hoping it would gain them. Like, let's say, for example, this person's stalking you on social media, but you don't post on social media like that. So therefore, they don't, technically speaking, know what you're up to because you don't post on social media like that. You see what I mean? Like, they're trying to gain information about what you currently find yourself up to, but you're not really giving them much to work with. That's why I use the example of maybe they are stalking you on social media, but you're not really posting anything, to the point where they can't technically speaking know if in all actuality you are dating someone else or not, because you're not posting anything. You're not posting pictures of you and another man together, you and another woman together. So it leaves them with room to basically assume what you could be out here doing, if that makes any sense. All right, let's see what the romance angels have to say. So we have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Very similar to the Seven of Wands. Right now, it kind of looks like this person's sitting in the energy of, I'm not going to gravitate towards Scorpio. I'm not going to apologize to them for absolutely anything because I didn't do anything wrong. It's perfectly normal to slap a person across the face. Hell, I think we should all do it. You know what I mean? We should all make it a part of, something that's just normal in this society, I guess. But with healing family issues, that's kind of telling me that eventually they'll move out of their ego and their pride and make things right with you. So you will, technically speaking, get what you want in the end. I think it's just going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It's just going to take some time. Just because they think that what they did was not wrong doesn't necessarily mean that, what they did wasn't wrong or even right. You know what I mean? I think I said that wrong. Just because they think that what they did wasn't wrong, doesn't necessarily make it right, is what I basically meant to say. To me, this kind of boils down to like a belief. Like, they may think it's okay to slap a person across the face, but you and I might think that that is something that is completely and utterly unacceptable. But in their head, they believe that's perfectly fine. It's a difference in belief is what it is. Like, you believe what they did was wrong. They believe what they did was right. You see what I mean? Even though what they did was wrong, because the devil is wrapped up in all of this, they believe that what they did was right, even though technically speaking, what they did was wrong. You know what I mean? But in their head, they believe what they did was right. Therefore, they don't feel like they have to apologize for absolutely anything because they didn't do anything wrong, but they clearly did. I just kind of feel like their own beliefs is not allowing them to see that, if that makes any sense. But they will eventually come in and heal things with you. Now it's entirely up to you on whether or not you choose to take this person back and fix or repair things with them, but they'll eventually try to heal things here with you. Just keep in mind that when they do come in and try to heal things with you, don't expect them to own up to anything. Don't expect them to be like, you know what, you're right about me, Scorpio. What I did was wrong and I shouldn't have done that. Don't expect that. This is their belief. They believe it is okay to do what they did. Now, you may not agree with that, and that's fine, but this is what they believe. And your person comes off to me as somebody who's very, very stubborn on top of that. And because they're so stubborn, you know what I mean, it's going to be very hard for them to see things from your perspective, because all they care about is seeing things from their perspective and what they believe is right versus wrong. You see what I mean? So you can sit here from sun up to sundown and tell this person what they did was wrong, but at the end of the day, if they believe what they did was perfectly fine and normal and acceptable, then that's just that. So no, I don't see this person apologizing to you for, you know, what they did that you thought was essentially wrong, because they don't feel like they did anything wrong, and that's just what they believe. They don't feel like they did anything wrong, so therefore they shouldn't have to apologize to you for absolutely anything, because they didn't feel like they did anything wrong. And that's just that. But do we see this person trying to fix things with you? Sure, but they're not going to sit here and admit, yo, I was wrong. Like, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't. No. You can't, you're not going to get that from them because of what I already said about this person's whole belief and stuff like that. But you will get, you know, an energy from them of wanting to fix and repair things here with you. But as far as owning up to anything or admitting anything, or, you know what, you're right, Scorpio, I'm wrong, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Understand that whatever it is that they did do, they think that this is perfectly fine, normal, and acceptable, even though it is not. So I don't know what this person did, but just so you know, moving forward, they're going to continue to think whatever they did was perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable, perfectly normal. And that's something that they're going to continue to essentially believe. And that's something that you need to also take with you moving forward. So it's, say, for example, this person, you know, cheated on you. Well, in their head, they think that's perfectly normal. That's perfectly acceptable. That's perfectly fine. I mean, that girl didn't mean nothing to me, or that guy didn't mean anything to me. So why are you tripping? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be upset. You know what I mean? I don't love her. I don't love him. So why are you upset? I don't understand what's wrong with you. Like, they're going to continue to think that that behavior is perfectly fine, normal, and acceptable. This is what they believe. You know, as long as they didn't have feelings for the girl or have feelings for the guy, that's perfectly fine and normal. You know what I mean? Even though you and I will more than likely disagree with that. You see what I mean? So, and of course, this doesn't have to involve cheating. You know, it could be something else that they did. But I just want you to know, moving forward, they think whatever they're doing is perfectly fine, normal, and acceptable. And it more than likely is going to be a thing that they're going to continue to do because of their perspective on it and the way that they look at it. Well, this is normal. This is fine. Like, everybody slaps somebody. You know, everybody slaps people in the face. This is fucking normal. Like, this is normal, you know, but it's not. You see what I mean? And just because they think it's right and it's fine doesn't necessarily mean that it's fine and it's right. You see? So that's just something that you need to kind of take with you moving forward. If in the event you do decide to let this person back in, this is something that they're more than likely going to continue to do because they think it's perfectly fine. All right, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.